Hello student, this is Pallad Darbari, your host, and you are watching Pallad Darbari classes. In this video, we will discuss the sixth chapter of Business Studies class 12th, that is staffing. Let us see the topic that we will discuss in detail. In this video, we will discuss recruitment and the types of recruitment. Let us discuss the meaning of recruitment first. Recruitment means inducing or stimulating the people to apply in the organization. It may be defined as the process of searching for prospective employees and stimulating them to apply for the organization. We know that there are certain ways and means by which we induces the people, for example, through the newspaper, through the television, by putting the vacancy notice on the factory gate. So the way by which we induces the people is called recruitment. Let us see the process of recruitment. In the recruitment, we follow four processes. First step is we identify the sources of recruitment. We know that there are two sources, internal and the external. We find out the how many sources do we have to recruit the people. The second is we check the validity of each source. We find out whether the internal sources is available to us or not. We find out whether the external source is available to us or not. The third is on the basis of the availability, we choose the best source. Whatever the sources we opted, the fourth step is we start inviting the application by opting the selected source. Let us see all the process in detail. The first step is identify the different sources of the recruitment. Second is checking the validity of each source and assessing its authenticity and efficiency. The third step is choosing the most viable source of recruitment. The fourth is after selecting the source, start inviting the application from the prospective candidates. Let us discuss the sources of the recruitment. Listen, there are two sources of the recruitment. One is the internal source of recruitment and the another is external source of the recruitment. When we stimulate the people, when we motivate the people within the organization to apply for the vacant position, that is called internal source. And when we motivate the people outside the organization to apply for the position, for the vacant position in the organization, is called external sources. Let us see all the source in detail. Internal source, we know that we are having two sources. One is the internal source and the other one is the external source. Let us see. Internal source refers to the sources that are indigenous to the organization, that is within the organization. In other words, when the job vacancy are filled from within the organization is called internal sources. On the other hand, when the candidates from outside the organization are invited to fill the vacant job position, then it is known as external sources. Now let us discuss the internal source of recruitment. How many internal sources of recruit do we have? There are two ways available for the internal available employee within the organization. Number one is transfer and the number two is promotion. Let us see what is transfer. Through transfer, job vacancies are filled by shifting suitable individuals working in another department of the organization to the department where the vacancies exist. Transfer can be said to be a horizontal process in which the employees transferred are generally not giving any higher responsibility or job position. In a very simple word, we can say shifting from one department to another department at the same job position is called transfer. Let us see what is promotion. Through promotion, job vacancies in higher position are filled by promoting selecting level employees. It is a vertical process in which the employees who are promoted are given higher responsibilities. So in a very simple word, we can say that promotion means filling the job vacancies or inviting the person at a higher job vacancies at the higher job level. Let us discuss the merits and the demerits of the internal source of recruitment. Firstly, we'll discuss the merit. The first merit is motivation. When we apply the internal source of the recruitment, the existing employees always get motivated. They feel to work well. Why? Because they know that if they will do well, if they work well, if they do the work effectively and efficiently, they will be promoted, their salary will be increased, more responsibility will be given to them. So the motivation is always being found. The next benefit is low cost. This is less expensive. Why? Because when we recruit the people within the organization, the money which the organization will spend if they opted for the external sources will be saved. No money will be paid for the advertisement. No judge will be recruited and so on. So it is a very, it saves the time, it saves the money. The next is it is very simple and reliable. Why it is simple? Because everybody knows the selection criteria, and it is reliable. Why? Because the owners knows the capabilities of the employees. Both are familiar to each other. The next is no recruitment or the training is needed. Money is not being spent for the orientation programs. No training is being needed. Why? Because the existing employees are already trained. So when we opt the internal sources, the money will be saved, the time will be saved. Let us discuss the merits in detail. The first is motivation. Filling job vacancies through internal sources, practically promotion, motivate the existing employees of the organization and encourages them to improve their efficiency and capabilities, because everybody wants to be promoted, everybody wants that their salary should be increased, so they do their well, so they perform well, so all the employees are all the time motivated to perform well. The next is low cost. Filling job vacancies through internal sources is effective in terms of both time and cost. Next is simple and reliable. Recruitment using internal sources is a simple and reliable process. Why? Because the organization is already familiar with the candidates who would be filling the job vacancies. The next is no requirement for training, as the employees who are promoted or transferred are familiar with the working pattern of the organization, so the manager need not spend time or efforts on their training and induction. Training and induction. Induction means orientation program. Let us see the demerits. The first is restricted new talents. When we opt the internal sources, we are totally deprived with the new ideas. We are totally deprived with the employees having the new uh, ideas or technologies aware. The next is when we apply the internal sources, we get the limited choice. The next is reduces the efficiency. Most of the time, the promotion will be given on the basis of seniority, so the existing employees stop showing their dedications. Why? Because they know that they will be promoted automatically on the basis of the seniority, so efficiency is totally missing. The next is discourage competitions. Existing employees do not show any zeal, enthusiasm. Why? Because they know that if they do well, even then they will be promoted. If they will not perform well, even then also they will be promoted, because the promotion is mostly being given on the basis of the seniority. So the competition is not there. When the competition is not there, employees are not doing the work effectively and efficiently. Let us discuss all the demerits in detail. The first is restricted new talents, as the job positions are filled from within the organization, so the scope of infusing new and fresh talent get restricted. The next is limited choice. By opting for internal sources, an organization restricts its choices of candidates for its job position. Next is reduces efficiency, as the employees knows that they will be promoted, they may become lethargic and their efficiency may decrease. Next is discourage competitions. Recruitment through internal sources restricts new talents and thereby discourages competition among the existing employees. Let us see External sources of recruitment can take the following forms. Number one is direct recruitment. When I say direct recruitment, what happens under it? The organization or the employer place the vacancy board outside the factory gate. The candidate and the qualification needed for the candidate is also being mentioned over there. So the persons or the passerby see the information, see the vacancies and apply. The next is casual callers. Most of the time we have seen that the people, they are keep on sending the biodata in the organization. The biodata automatically gets stored in the data bank. So whenever the organization is in the need of the employee, they take the biodata out of the data bank and call the people who applied or who had earlier applied for the positions. The next is advertisement. Organization gives advertisement in periodicals regarding their job vacancies. Through advertisement, they can reach a wide range of potential candidates, thereby opening up their choices. Next is employment exchanges. Employment exchange serves as a link between job seekers and the employers. Candidates submit their resumes to their exchanges along with the necessary details. So whenever the organizations are in the need of the candidates or in the need of the employees, they contact the exchange, employment exchange. The employment exchange give the details about the contestant or the employees, and that very person will be called by the organization. Next is private placement agencies. Private placement agencies, just like employment exchange, provide a narrow-wide service of matching the demand for personnel with the available supply of candidates. These agencies are generally run by the private organizations. Listen, there is a little difference between the employment exchange and the private placement agencies. Employment exchange is being run by the government, and the private placement agencies, as is clear by the name itself, run by the private organizations. Next is campus recruitment. Companies hire fresh graduates directly from colleges. This method of recruitment from college campus is called campus recruitment. Next is recommendations by employees. Organization requests their employees to suggest candidates from among their friends or relatives or consider those suitable for recruitment. The next is labor contractors. Organization approach labor contractors for engaging low-skilled workers or laborers. Labor contractors maintain a close contact with laborers and other workers and call them for work when the need arises. Next is advertising on television. Companies also telecast advertisement about job openings on various television channels. Next is web publishing. Companies use the internet both to provide information about their vacancies and to get information about potential candidates. Example, monster.com, naukri.com and etc. Let us discuss the merits and the demerits of external source of recruitment. First is infusion of new talents. Through the external sources, the organization will be blessed with the new ideas. The next is wider choice. External sources provide wider choices to the companies. Now they are having wider choices, they can select the best candidate. The next is specialized personnels. Through the external sources, they get the persons exactly needed, or the company will get the persons of the qualification they need in the organization. Next is spirit of competition. When the company opted the external sources within the organization, or the old employees also show dedication and the competition will be seen among the old and the new, the organization with this method get the benefits. Why? Because all the employees start showing their best. Let us discuss the merits in detail. The first is infusion of new talent. Recruitment through external sources help infuse new talents into organization. It enables the organization to remove their inefficiency. The next is wide choice. As job openings are advertised widely, a large number of applicants apply for them, and the choice of suitable candidates for the organization widens. The chances of getting the best increases. The next is specialized personnel. In case the existing employees are not efficient enough. Hiring new, more qualified and potential talents from external sources can be beneficial for the organization. Next is spirit of competition. New talent that is hired promotes the spirit of competition. The existing employees are motivated to work harder and more efficiently in order to prove their worth. Now let us see the demerits. The first is dissatisfaction within the staff. The employees are demoralized. They feel that whatever the hard work we do, we will never be promoted. The next is lengthy process. It's a time consuming and the lengthy process. The last one is it is a costly procedure. The money will be spent on the recruitment committee, money will be spent on advertisement and so on. So it is a very costly process. Let us see the points in detail. The first demerit is dissatisfaction within the staff. As new talent is hired from outside the organization, dissatisfaction and the frustration may arise among the existing employees as their chances of promotions are reduced. Next is lengthy process. Recruitment through external sources, the lengthy procedure. Why? Because the selections committee will be set up, the channel will be opted, the sources of the recruitment will be decided, and it is a lengthy procedure. Next one is the costly procedure. Recruitment through external sources is a costly. Why? Because expenses are incurred in advertising vacancies and processing applications. That's all I have in this video. Thanks for watching. God bless you all.